Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This morning I'm going to show you the items I bought from yet another spring summer collection, this time from Suqqu, which I have really been attracted to this year. I don't think I've showed you anything from Suqqu for a number of years. I have bought in the past. It's a Japanese luxury brand that I was introduced to a few years ago by a beauty vlogger in Germany. She was never on YouTube, called Sarah Bowtime. We both had the love of, well, makeup, but particularly Chanel nail polish. And she's, I think, doesn't really vlog as much now, but she was a great fan of Suqqu, had some difficulties sometimes getting it in Germany. It's quite a difficult brand to get hold of, not super difficult, and much easier now. It used to be just Selfridges who sold it, not on their mail order, but now you can get it from Harrods, definitely, Phoenix, I think, Liberties, and Cult Beauty has started stocking it, so much easier to get your hands on it. But the numbers of seasonal items tend to be quite limited in this country. Anyway, I would say the kind of defining mark of this brand is that it's discreet and subtle. The eyeshadow textures in particular, but also the blushes, tend to be much sheerer, more like a kind of colour wash than brands like Tom Ford. And that put me off for quite a long time when Sarah started mentioning what a beautiful range it was, because even though I like subtle makeup, I don't like garish colours, and I like to be able to apply it easily, it seemed too kind of wishy-washy for me. In fact, I learned how much you can layer the colours in a different way than you can with more Western type cosmetics that can tend to look a bit muddy if you do that. Not always. I mean, some blend together well, but by and large, you get a bit of a muddy mess when you blend together, particularly shadows of the same consistency. And that doesn't apply to Suqqu. So with that quite lengthy introduction, why did I get so excited about their spring range, which I saw in kind of promo emails before? Well, it was the eyeshadow palettes that I saw first of all. Let me show you the first one that I was very taken with, which is this one. They have absolutely, to me, unpronounceable names. This is 101, and I can't pronounce the name for it, and it's a limited edition one. I think there are 6 eyeshadow palettes. They're selling quite fast. First of all, let's admire the packaging, although it shows finger marks, not dissimilar from the old Tom Ford, the gold and black rather than gold and brown. Now, I was just really taken with this colour story, which I'll admit perhaps doesn't scream spring initially because of those 2 warm kind of peachy browns. But I just love the combination with the grey and the white. I thought that was so pretty, and you can see that Suqqu is engraved down the side. Now, I have to say, I'm going to try this out today. You can see that I've had a little swatch, and the colour swatches are somewhat unusual. Buttery soft, this one a little bit more grainy. So there's those 2. Now you can see very warm colour story there, and to be honest, they're quite pigmented, more in the kind of Tom Ford, Chanel, Dior style. This a kind of tangerine, peach tangerine, and a very deep copper. So quite pigmented there. And then the other 2, the 2 cooler tones. There's the grey, and it's a beautiful kind of lavender based grey. And then this one I was a little bit disappointed with, although it is more like the Suqqu. it's more the equivalent of a kind of Tom Ford topper. It's very, very pretty. It's kind of holographic. It's not got bits of glitter in. It is just this kind of sheen. You can see, well, you can see it there. I think it's probably going to look quite pretty on the eyes, but I'm going to have to be careful how I use it. And then the lavender grey, again, I think it's going to look really pretty. So quite an unusual colour story that I was very taken with. Now that one sold out almost immediately on Selfridges website. Selfridges were the first to get these, and I had to wait until Cult Beauty stocked the other day to order that one. And there were a number of palettes that I liked. I could have bought, to be honest, 3 or 4. But I chose this one from the Selfridges site, which was 03. There we go. My usual kind of browns. Now you can see here, I think this is a very kind of typical Suqqu colour story. Well, less colour story than you can see the kind of shimmering colour wash kind of texture that we get with Suqqu. So let's have a little go. Let's do these 2 shades. So looking a bit similar, aren't they, to the other one? But you can see this is a bit sort of more matte, less tangerine, and this is a more kind of goldy bronze than the red bronze. It's definitely kind of redder, but they are a bit similar. I could have picked something slightly more different, couldn't I? There you go. This one I got first. And then, oh, that feels nice, but just a very nice brown. And again, let's put that there. So you can see that's more kind of gold shifting than pink shifting topper. And then we're going with a nice, although quite warm when it's swatching, brown. So I haven't tried either of those on the eyes. I'm now thinking, as I'm swatching that in front of you, that it is quite similar to this one. Silly me. Honestly, if you're interested in these, go and look at the range, because they have got some interesting colour combos, all in the kind of taupe range. There's one with a red in it with the browns, and one that's kind of more greeny brown, taupe focused. But really, really pretty, and they're nice quality. Now, of course, because I was so taken with that orange-grey colour combo, you can see on my nails, I'm wearing this nail polish, which I absolutely love. It's a very kind of, rather than the kind of lilac shifting grey there, although they don't look dissimilar, just putting it next to the palette, you can see this is a much more blue-green shifting grey. But I just think this is a lovely colour in early spring, which I'm almost saying it's like early spring here. We've got snow on the ground, but it's a beautiful sunny day. And this is just the kind of nail polish that I want to wear on excuse me, on a day like today. That's going to look dreadful, isn't it? And then this one definitely goes with all those warm colours. And that would really make this into a summer palette, I think. But I thought that was quite an unusual, pretty colour. I don't know what it'll look like on the nails, and on my skin tone in particular. It may not look wonderful, but we'll see. Their nail polishes are £18, so not cheap. They're kind of in the Chanel range. And then I decided to try one of the blushes as I was in spring mode, and I thought the time is coming when I need to start using liquid or cream blushes more than powder blushes given the age of the poor old skin. So I picked this one. Does it tell me what number it is? It's the Shimmer Liquid Blush in 01. So I think the lightest kind of candy colour, which felt right for spring. I have worn this. It's very pretty. Reasonably pigmented, actually. So just show you. You obviously spread it out how you want. Not that shimmery. Really just a nice, pretty colour wash. It lasts pretty well. And then, oh yeah, the final thing was a lipstick. And this is their Moisture Rich range. And I tried to get one that matched the blush, because you know me, I like a bit of matchy-matchy sometimes. Now, this range is their kind of least opaque range, nearest to the kind of Chanel Cocoa Shine, I would say. And they looked exactly the same colour on the website, but you can see this is less kind of candy coloured and more kind of fluorescent pink when it arrived, which was slightly annoying. So the colour wasn't good, but these are nice, comfortable lipsticks. If you like Cocoa Shine, you'll like these. There's certainly nothing to complain about there. Not a super last on them, but you don't mind reapplying. So that wasn't quite what I'd intended as a colour match, but who cares really. So those are my picks from the Suqqu line. As I say, I'm not sure I picked the best eye palette combo there, since I was getting two, but that was partly because of them getting sold out and picking them from different sites. But I'll let you know how I get on with them, using them on the eyes. So I hope to hear if any of the rest of you have indulged in Suqqu. I know that a couple of you have, and if you have, how you're finding wearing them. As ever, if you've got to the end of this, a thumbs up is very much appreciated. I will be definitely speaking to you on Friday because it's Chinese New Year and I have something that I want to show you for Chinese New Year. Until then, bye for now.